Hey everyone, it's Bailey at KMPL with this week's Teen STEAM Kit, a robotic/mechanic hand. If you want to make one of these for yourself, you can grab a kit in the teen department on level 4 while supplies last. As always, the original creator's post that this project is based on will be linked down below for you to check out. In your kit, you'll find instructions, a piece of cardstock, a handful of straws, and 5 pieces of string. Aside from these items, you'll also want to grab a pair of scissors, tape, and a pencil. The first thing you'll want to do is trace your hand and wrist. After that's done, cut your outline out. For the sake of time, I'm not going to trace my hand. Instead, I'm going to use this outline. At the appropriate points, you'll also want to add joints to the fingers, folding those segments inward. Keep in mind, as we go throughout this project, that the side of the hand with the palm and fingers curling inward will be the front of the hand. Next, cut the skinnier straws to fit inside the fingers and palm. Their sizes will depend on how big your hand is, so feel free to customize the lengths as needed. However, some common measurements that often work include 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, 1 inch, and 2 1/4 inches. There will likely be 3 pieces of varying lengths on most fingers, and a longer one extending from the fingers down the palm. The shortened but wider jumbo straw will go on the wrist, while the thinner, newly cut straws should be taped to the back of the hand. It's now time to knot one end of each of your 5 pieces of yarn. Once that's done, thread one piece of yarn through each finger and its corresponding palm straws. The threading begins at the fingertip, and each finger will have its own piece of yarn. All end pieces will meet at and go through the wrist straw. Keep in mind that the knots will need to be large enough that when the yarn pieces are thread through the straws, the knots catch on the tips of each topmost straw. If you find that the yarn is fraying as it goes through the straws or resists moving, wrap the end of the yarn in tape so that it looks like the tip of a shoelace. It may also help to push the taped end with a thin utensil like a knitting needle. After the yarn is through the wrist, you'll be able to yank it and manipulate a finger. Trim the excess as needed. The hand is now complete. Experiment pulling the fingers individually or all at once.